Hey, what's going on YouTube? Aura Storm here. Coming you guys in their deck profile. Before I announce it though, I wanted to let you guys know a few little quick things. Apologize for not uploading a lot of videos this week. I've been incredibly busy between work, Christmas, and all that stuff, so apologize for that. I also want to let you guys know as far as other stuff, you guys can actually send me replay videos if you want me to, feature them on the channel. Typically I like to do those I think every couple weeks. Usually it's every twice a month. I'll usually like to feature replays from people send me, so you can send me those. I'll have the link in the description box, but it's aurastorm34@yahoo.com. I believe is the email you can send them to. See if you want me to feature your replays featured on the channel. Send me them there, and I will dig through them and usually feature them about twice a month. I'm still waiting for some of the Ignite cards, so that deck profile is on the way, guys. It's just kind of a work in progress. Only I have most of the cards already. I'm just waiting for some of the stuff I ordered came from some of the community members over in Norway, so it's still in transit. But other than that, pretty much the update. Next week we'll be on back to our hopefully back to our normal video schedule. But between work and Christmas, it's just been so busy for me. Anyway, today I've got a prediction princess deck profile for you guys. This is some of the new cards coming out in Shining Victories and I think Premium Gold 3. So for first 3 copies of Spirit of the Tailwind. Tailwind is a cool little neat little card that when it's normal summon you can add one flip monster from your deck to your hand, which is really great because if you have this and pre-preparation of rights, you basically have a instant Tarot set up if you open with both these cards. It's really good. And being able to search your pot at the Forbidden is really nice. 3 copies of Manju. Manju is just your Stratos, if you will, and it's even more abusable in a deck like this because Tarot can just put Manju face down. You can flip Manju again and continue comboing off. 3 copies of Koinura. Koinura is probably, I feel like, in the more pure version like this, when I'm not playing this at all, I feel like she's a necessary at 3. Simply because you want to get your pot of taboos out of your deck as soon as possible. You want to get to your combo pieces, and that's what this card is. And then two of the other prediction. This prediction princess monster changes all facts of attack position monsters opponent controls defense position, and they cannot change their battle position. So it's really nice. And then 2 copies of Astra Morgan. Astra Morgan, sort of like when she's flipped up, she destroys during the end phase as many defense position monsters opponent controls will be destroyed, and then they get 5 from burn for 500 for each. This combo is obviously really well with Petalif and Burning Mirror Force, so yeah. I looked at the other predictions. I feel like these 2 were kind of the most optimal to play in the more pure version, simply because, the destruction and stuff is really nice. Then, of course, the star of the deck. It wouldn't really be a deck without this card. 2 copies of Pot of the Forbidden. I find 3 gets a little cloggy. Even though it is searchable now, I still kind of find that 2 is kind of and you really shouldn't need more than the second one. Typically, if you resolve this a couple times, your opponent's just going to be so low on advantage that, they're going to pretty much lose. 3 copies of Tower Trade. Tower Trade's like the deck's main boss monster, where a lot of the whole deck is basically centered around this card. I find that you really want to run 3 because you want to see it as early as possible. Then for the hand traps, 2 Veilers and 2 Maxis. I feel like these are staples going forward. Being able to Veiler Joker or Veiler Wizard is probably can win you the game a lot of times. And Maxi just allows you to dig for your combo pieces and just stop all their YOLO summoning. And then for the spells, 1 Regeki. Regeki is a staple. Book of Moon because a lot of these decks are flip effect monsters, so being able to flip your monsters face down and lose your effects again is just too good. I thought about playing Book of Eclipse, but I just don't like cards that let my opponent draw. Like, I thought Book of Eclipse would actually, in theory, work in this deck, but I felt like I didn't really want to give my opponent draws. 3 of the ritual cards, you got to play this at 3. You can banish it, also banish it from the graveyard if it hadn't been sent there, and then search your deck for any of your prediction princess monsters. It's really nice. And of course, the new support from Premium Gold 2 is a pre-preparation of rights, and this card is really, really just great ritual support. It's not generic like preparation of rights, though. It can only add a ritual spell that has the monster listed on it, such as this one. And then it can also re-add the monster from the graveyard as well, which is pretty interesting. I feel like I'm kind of glad they didn't make this card generic. And then 3 copies of MST because it's a penalty-based format. And then for the traps, 3 Burying or Sandstorm Mirror Force. This card is really good in this deck because when your opponent attacks, puts all their monsters face down, which really combos well with Morgan. Say like you have Tarate and Morgan out, you can put all your opponent's monsters face down, and then flip more again and blow them all up in the end phase. And then, of course, the Solemn Brigade, really good. I feel like these are pretty much going to be the staples going forward when we get to Bosch. This is pretty much what you're going to see at every main deck. So for the extra deck, again, you talking about the extra deck, you rarely go into it, so I'm not going to really cover, like, spend a lot of time on these cards, but you don't really use your extra deck much in Prediction Princesses. If we had Laval Chain, you know, that'd be a little bit different, but we don't. So anyway, one copy Castel. Castel is just a really, really good card for getting rid of annoying floodgates and stuff. One Arc for dealing with monsters that have those annoying lead the field effects. One Karen Gorgon to keep our monsters from being targeted. One Dark Rebellion for getting over beefy monsters, although it's really not as much of an issue in a deck like this because you have Terate. One Diamond Dire Wolf for clearing out annoying back row. Pal Dynamo because you can overlay 2 Monjuice for it. One Chidori, you can overlay 2 Tailwinds for it. A couple of rank 9s, Dyson Sphere and Phantom Fortress, just a couple filler cards. One Gaga Samurai to push damage. Emerald to recycle all our stuff. Dweller to deal with annoying graveyard effects. One Rhapsody and Berserk to banish off annoying cards. One Crab King for getting over beefy monsters, and one giant ant. So as you can see, this extra deck is really like, I'm kind of just tossing cards in. Like, one thing you'll realize about playing Prediction Princesses is that you rarely go into your extra deck. Like, you don't ever use it. So like, you can basically toss in a bunch of rank 4s and you'll pretty much never really use it and you're good to go. So anyway, guys, as always, I'd like to thank you guys for watching my video today. I really appreciate when you guys watch my videos. Tune in on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. If you like what you saw from this video, please subscribe. So, Warstorm, signing out.